ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् ॐ महागणपतये नमः। ॐ नमो भगवते रुद्राय। So, up to the Anuvaaka 4 of the Sri Rudram, we are seeing the topic of Sarvatma Bhava. That is how the Lord Rudra is praised in the form of the entire Jagat. Chara Chara Jagat. That is the Jagat comprising of sentient entities and insentient Jadavastus. So we saw a variety, a spectrum there. Namaha to all the animals, the celestials, the nature, the rivers, mountains, and the sources of feminine power, and the dogs and birds and their hunters. Then professions, we saw examples of the carpenter and the chariot rider, chariot guide, guru. Yeah, and including the thieves. Also, we saw the thieves and those who are gifted with, special accomplishment, geniuses, but also the ordinary folk. Then we saw the specially abled people, yeah, Virupas, and the greedy, the indulgent. All this was covered up to Anuvaaka number 4. So my namaskaras, namaha to all of them. And now, why should I do namaskara? It is because when our minds are, caught up in the nama rupas, the appearances, then there is a dvaita buddhi. And the dvaita buddhi will naturally lead to raga dvesha based vyavahara. I like somebody, I like something, I'm attracted, I go for it. And I dislike somebody else's appearance or the guna or the profession or some form of appearance, and there is aversion. So when we do namaskar, does not mean I'm going to invite all the thieves and the durjanas home and do pada puja, but there is an internal appreciation and internal perception of all of them as Rudra, essentially. So then what happens? My resistance will drop. Raga Dvesha will be, minimized. Then there is inner balance and I am at peace with the world. So when there is this acceptance, then I Ishwarize the whole world. Yeah. Then I have my peace of mind. Now, Swami Shivananda would say that we have to thank those who criticize us, who challenge us. Why? Because they alone contribute to our emotional growth. Yeah. We don't grow when people praise and flatter us, but when there is challenge, encounters, then there is a chance to become emotionally strong. So this is what we saw, that how one can develop that Aneka Rupa Vishwa Bhakti. That is, the mind expands to see the Bhagavan in every situation, in every kind of person, and in the whole world. So those were the Upayato Namaskara mantras. We saw namaskaras preceding and following each of the namas. Now very important Anuvakas from 5 to 8. Yeah. Here, these are only, there will be one namaskaras, yeah, before the nama. And there will be a lot of cha. So, cha means and in Sanskritam, and we have to supply the namaskaras mentally, yeah, for all the other namas. That's the idea here. So now this Anuvaka number 5 onwards, yeah, this is going to talk about the glory of Ishvara as the Nimitta Karanam. What is the Nimitta Karanam or who? Nimitta Karanam means the intelligent cause of the entire Jagat. Now, by Jagat, we just don't mean our planet, of course, but the entire Brahmanda, the cosmos, no, all the lokas up and down, wherever, the entire manifest and unmanifest worlds are to be covered in the word Jagat. So, these are very important Anuvakas where which describe initially the glory of Ishvara as the intelligent cause. So, the intelligent cause means that Ishvara has a five-fold function. They are called the Panchakriyas. The Panchakriyas are the cosmic functions. So, Ishvara, the three of them we already are very familiar with: Srishtikarta, Sthitikarta, Layakarta, and they are personified as the Trinity, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. So, Srishtikarta is the manifestation of the Srishti, the Vyaktam Jagat. And once something is manifest, then there has to be a set of laws and functions, Adhisthana Devatas, to support and maintain, and which is personified by Mahavishnu. And then, after a certain duration, then it is all wrapped up, folded back, and the role of Rudra as Layakarta comes into place. Now, in addition, sometimes Shastra will add two more functions, and that is Bandhanakarta and Mokshakarta. So, Ishvara is not only performing these cosmic functions eternally in Sanatana cycles, but they include, the Ishvara, how Rudra causes the bondage, yeah, appears to cause, and how frees the Jiva. So now to understand the intelligent cause, who is behind this intelligently designed, perfectly ordered Jagat is Ishvara. If you remember, some of us would recall the example of the spider, Urnanabhihi, that was given in the Mundaka Upanishad. Yatha Urnanabhihi srijate grinhate cha. So there we saw how this humble, small spider, what will it do in a corner of the house, which is not often dusted, neglected corner, it will spin its web. Yeah. Now, where did it get the material from? From its own body. Where did it get the expertise to weave such a fine web, which is so strong, and a web in which it will not be caught, but it will catch other flies and mosquitoes. Yeah. In fact, today research is going on that silken-like fiber coming from its own body, which forms that intricate web. So that example from the Mundaka Upanishad was given for us to understand how Ishvara is both the Nimitta Karanam and the Upadana Karanam. Upadana Karanam means material cause, and Nimitta Karanam is the intelligent cause. So the intelligence is the manifesting and the withdrawal of the Jagat, and the material cause is the countless manifestations, how Ishvara manifests as sentient and insentient objects, but without changing. And the example given is, how do the waves appear in the water? The water has manifested as the waves. So that is the power of Maya. So because of these Panchakriyas, cosmic functions, this Anuvakas 5 to 8 are going to describe the glory of Ishvara. Now, if you ask the question, how does Ishvara or Rudra remove the sorrow of the jivas, and how does it bind the jivas? So, how is Ishvara the Bandhanakarta and How is the same Ishvara the Moksha Karta? So let's take Bandhana Karta first. So whenever there is a birth, where the birth means by the grace of Bhagavan, we have received the karma phalam in the form of this body. So the moment there is a physical body, then every jiva is bound because the body has to go through a series of karma phalam. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi tishtati jatu akarmakrit. Krishna tells Arjuna, nobody, no jiva can remain still even for a moment. When we are embodied, then it is as though one is bound by the force of karma. So the body will have to go through a set of experiences. So this is how, by blessing the jivas with a body, with a body, Ishvara is the bandhana karta. Yeah. And when the jiva is identified with the ahankara, then I take myself to be a karta and bhokta. Then the karta bhokta jiva becomes sukhi dukhi samsari jiva and is bound. Then Ishvara, how is Ishvara the moksha karta? By moksha karta, by revealing to the jiva that you are none other than Ishvara tattvam. In other words, blessing the jiva with the moksha vidya. And so appearing in the jiva's life as Dakshinamurti Guru Bhagavan and leading the jivas through Viveka and Vairagyam to the Shreyo Marga, away from worldliness, not from the world. The world is perfect, but the worldliness. So the jiva now begins to inquire into the nature. Is there something beyond the Namarupa appearances? And through that mumukshutvam comes to, has the Guru Prapti and Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam, and finally moksha through the knowledge. So because of these 5 functions, Srishti, Sthiti, Laya, and in fact they include the Bandhanam function and the moksha functionam. So we are going to see the glory of this Ishvara in the Anuvaaka number 5. So let us now go to the mantras. And Krishna has said also in chapter 2, that is, nobody wants to be sad, A sadness, our goal, we all want to be free from dukkham. And that itself shows that happiness must be my nature. So that is why Krishna says in the Gita, Panditaha na anushojanti, ashochaswan, anvashochaswan, prajnavadanscha bhashase. There is really no legitimate cause for sorrow. And yet, we are sorrowful because of the ahankara, aham and mamakara. So, by addressing that I, me and mine, Bhagavan brings the bound jivas and leads them, guides them to the original home, that is the Atma Tattvam, and that is how Ishvara is the moksha karta. Now we will go to the namas. Again, there are one by one namas here. The first one, Namo Bhavaya Cha Rudraya Cha. Namo Bhavaya Cha Rudraya Cha. Namaha Bhavaya Cha Rudraya. So here we find the role of Ishvara as Srishtikarta and all these functions, Samharakarta. So Bhavaya, Bhavaya, what is the root here? Bhu Sattayam. Bhu, is the first verbal root in the in the list of Sanskrit verbs. Sattayam means to be. So bhava, bhavati iti bhavaha. So that which is the source of the entire jagat is called bhavaha. In other words, Ishvaraha. So Ishvara is the source from which Yatova imani jata Yatova imani bhutani jayante yena jatani jivanti yam prayantyapi samvishanti. Taittiriya Upanishad defines that Jagat Karanam as that from which all the beings, Rudra, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Kubera, Yama, all have emerged. and that by which they are sustained and into which they will return. That is the meaning of Bhavaha. And so my namaskaras to Bhavaha. So we have often seen, this understanding of Ishvara as easiness. There is a presence. There is a Paramarthika Satyam. And that is the meaning of Bhavaha here. The Paramarthika Satyam, which cannot be negated in the three periods of time, that was, is, and will be. Just as the waves, the countless waves, what is their Satyam? Water. And nothing happens to water. The waves arrive and depart, they are born and they set. But water is the constant. So that is the meaning of Bhavaha here. And that is the Jagat Karanam. Then Rudraya. So Rudra we have already seen in the earlier Anuvakas. Rudra is that principle, the punishing principle of Ishvara, who punishes how? By being the law of karma, dispensing the karma phala. But once the jiva is surrendered, and is coming to the path of devotion, then the Rudra appears as the auspicious Shiva and guiding the jiva to the moksha marga, frees the jiva. That is the first line. Namo bhavaya cha rudraya cha. Second mantra. Namah Sharvaya cha Pashupataye cha. Namaha Sharvaya, all in Chaturthi Vibhakti is because of Namaha. So Namaha unto Sharva and Namaha unto the Pashupatihi. So Sharva again, Sharva is the role of Ishvara as Samharakarta. Samharakarta, that is the destroyer because of the root Shru. Shru means Himsayam, to destroy. Now, how is Ishvara the destroyer? By being the Kala Devata. We know that any object in the world is conditioned in time and space. It is born, then is for some time, and then gone. Born is gone, born is. So subject to time, which means subject to Shad Vikaras. So whatever mithya anatma object is there, then there will be a birth, growth, decline, decay, and perishing. So destruction, we know there is no disappearance. What is vyaktam goes back into avyaktam. A certain product has merged back into its cause. That is what is meant by destruction. Then another meaning that commentators give is, what is being destroyed? Ajnanam, avidya. So for the jiva, for the mumukshu, Ishvara destroys in the form of the Guru, appears and destroys the avidya. Avidya being the samsara bijam, the cause of samsara when it is destroyed by knowledge. And that is the Namaha Sharvaya cha. Then Pashupatihi. Pashupataye Namaha. When you see the cha, means you have to substitute a Namaha. Namaha Pashupataye iti. So Pashu, Pashu in a narrow context means cow. But in the wide context, it means all the Jiva Jantus from Brahmadev downwards to the smallest ant or amoeba. They're all Pashus. Now, Pashu is an animal and referring to all whether the animals are crawling or swimming or flying or walking, two-legged, four-legged, multi-legged, all of them will come under the term Pashu. So they are all bound. Why this name Pashu comes is because one can put a pasha around them, a rope. So even the human jivas, we also as though have a rope around our neck. That is the rope of karma. Because we are not free to do whatever we want, So sooner or later we have to say we have to do certain duties, responsibilities. That is the karma phalam as prarabdha appears in every janma. So that is also another meaning given, that all are pashus. And who is the Lord governing all the pashus, their sthiti, their maintenance, their birth, and their laya? Finally, you, O Rudra, Pashupataye Namaha. Namah Sharvaya cha Pashupataye cha. Namo Neelagrivaya cha Shitikanthaya cha Namah. Yeah, Shitikanthaya cha. Yeah, so this word we've already seen before. Neelagriva is the blue-throated Shiva. So either we take the Pauranika story, of the Amrita Mathanam, where Shiva swallows the poison and then the throat becomes blue. Yeah. Or the other example given is the cosmic being. If the cosmic being is to be visualized, then Bhuvpadav Yasya Nabhihi. We find descriptions in the Dhyana Shloka that if the heavens are the head, then the Vayu is the breath, sun and moon are the eyes, the feet are the earth. Then the intergalactic space, which sometimes appears blue, is the neck and the body. Yeah. So unto Neelagrivaya Namaha. So that example. Now, when we look up at the sky, it is not always blue. Yeah. So, especially in the horizon, sometimes we will see a white, whiteness. You see this picture. This is a picture of Rishikesh in the background. And sometimes that moon and or the sun, it appears like a shining white jewel in the blue background. Yeah. So that is the next word here. Shiti Kantaya. Shiti means white. So unto you, Shiva, who appear as the white sky also, or as the white sun, the glory of the sun, namaskaras. So there is nothing more to add there. Namo Neelagrivaya cha Shitikanthaya cha. Namah Kapardine cha Vyuktakeshaya cha. Now, next namas are Kapardi. Also, we have come across before in an earlier Anuvaaka, and Shatadhanvane. Now, Kapardi. Who is a Kapardi? Kapardi is the one with the jata. Yeah, jata or the matted locks. And of course, that is to Shiva. But here it is referring to anyone with long hair. Generally when you go to those kshetrams like Rishikesh, Haridwar, Kashi, or Rameshwaram, we will find the sadhus with long hair. Yeah, long hair and beard, and they will not cut it at all. So all of them are kapardis. So kapardine namaha, our namaskaras to all of them. Then immediately with the kapardine comes a vyuktakeshaya cha, opposite. Vyuktakeshaya means there is no kesha. That is the clean shaven people. So where are the clean shaven people? Again, a few examples we can see, like the sannyasis. In the traditional ceremony, when sannyasi is given sannyasa by the guru, generally on the banks of a river, then the mundanam, the shaving of the hair, is a prerequisite before the Viraja Homa. So here it is namaskaras to all the people who have done mundanam. Then again we see the Tirumala also, we find clean shaven people because that is an act of devotion and surrender. So unto anyone, devotees, clean shaven people and the sannyasis who have done mundanam, namaskaras. So you see here the contrasts are sometimes presented. Yeah, so that they are the whole. Namah Kapardine cha Pyuktakeshaya cha. Then Namah Sahasrakshaya cha Shatadhanvane cha. Namah Sahasrakshaya cha Shatadhanvane cha. Now Sahasra Akshi. Akshi means eye. So, O Rudra, unto you, you who have 1,000 eyes. 1,000 is just a number. Here it is infinite. Yeah, who you are having infinite eyes. So what is this referred to? It is either referring to Indra. Indra is also called Sahasrakshi, or Sahasrashirsha Purushaha Sahasraksha Sahasrapad Sabhumim Vishvato Vritva Atyatishtat Tashangulam. In the Purusha Suktam, again we see the description of the cosmic Purusha, the one who has 1,000 eyes and feet and arms and mouths and everything. So, what that means is that nothing escapes the Lord's notice. He is the Karma Sakshi, has universal vision, and he is the Antaryami who is watching everything. So, it is the Lord is seeing through our eyes, every pair of eyes. And the Lord is walking through everybody, talking through everybody, listening through all the pairs of ears. So that is done namaskara to Sahasrakshaya Namaha. Then Shatadhanvane, Shatam is 100. Again, here we will take countless meaning. Yeah, Dhanvane is the one who is armed. Yeah, Dhanus. Dhanus was the is the bow. So this we've already seen the first Anuvaaka, how Rudra is envisioned as a young archer with weapons, and the weapons are meant to either punish or protect. Yeah, and punish the Durjanas and by assuming the law of karma, and then protect the devotees who have surrendered. Namah Sahasrakshaya cha Shatadhanvane cha. Then we have Namo Medhushtama. No, sorry. Namo Girishaya cha Shipi Vishtaya cha. Yeah, so here Girishaya also has come before. Yeah, Girishaya. Giri means mountain. Yeah, so unto Lord Shiva, whose abode is the mountain. Yeah, and obviously what will come to our mind? Kailas. Not only Kailas, but the Kailas of the south. That is Arunachala. Arunachala is Shiva himself, not just his abode. And recently we saw that Kartika Deepam was celebrated. So the mountains are your home. So you are the Girisha. Girau Shete, the one who is present there in the Giri. Then another meaning we saw for Giri, Giri also means the Vedas. So the Vedas, what is the topic of the Vedas? It is you, Shiva. You are the content of the Vedas. You are revealed by the Shastras. And so Girishaya Namaha. Then Shipivishtaya Cha. Shipi means the rays, the shooting rays or the effulgence. And Vishta. Vishta means engulfed or enveloped. And again here we will connect to the rising sun, which we saw in the earlier Anuvaaka, that how the rays emerge out of the celestial shining sun. So you are the Shipi Vishta. And Shipi Vishtaya Namaha. You know, some of us will remember Shipi Vishta also comes in the Vishnu Sahasranama. Yeah, one of the namas for Mahavishnu also. So it is the Sabbrahmasa Indra Soksharas Paramaswarat. It is said you are Brahma, you are Vishnu, you are Indra, you are Parameshwara. So Shipi Vishtaya Namaha. You are the effulgent Mahavishnu, you are Indra, you are the supreme effulgent one. Namo Girishaya cha Shipi Vishtaya cha. Then Namo Medhushtamaya Cheshumate cha. So Namaha Medhushtamaya cha Ishumate cha. Ishu, you know, is the arrow. So again, referring to Ishvara as the one who is armed with weapons, no? Bows and arrows, countless. Ishumate, matuk pratyaya. Matuk means to be endowed with, to be in possession of the weapons. Then Medhushtamaya. Medhushtamaya is referring to the ultimate cause of the Jagat and who is the father of the Jagat. Krishna says to Arjuna that Aham Bija Pradaha. Bija Pradaha means I am offering the Bija, and my Maya Shakti is the mother of the Jagat. Yeah, and together the Jagat is born. Yeah, out of these two principles. So Medushta Maya is that causeless cause. You see in the world that everything will have a cause. Yeah, an immediate cause will be there. Then, if we talk about the cause of the Jagat Karanam, what is the cause of that Jagat Karanam? There is no cause. Yeah, because it simply is. It did not come into existence and it will not go away either. No arrival, no departure. That is the easiness, the presence. And that is praised here as Medushtama. Medushtama also, the commentators gave the example as the one who showers blessings in the form of rains, in the form of foliage, in the form of clouds, yeah, and how the whole Srishti is nothing but pure blessings. So, Medushtamaya Namaha. And Ishumate is the one who is armed with dhanus and issues. नमो मेरुष्टमाय चेषुमते च. Then the next one. Namo, Namo. Oh, here did you notice there's a dirgha swarita, 2 strokes. So we will drag the swara. Namo, oh, hrasvaya cha vamanaya cha. Namaha unto hrasvas. You must have heard of Hrasva Swaras, short vowels in Sanskritam and Dirgha Swaras. So here it is referring to the short entities in the word. In Bharat, I think the maximum height would be 6 feet, not more than that. But look at the New Zealanders and Australians, they'll be beyond 6 feet, or basketball players. So here it is, I see Rudra, namaskaras to all the shortness around me. Rasvaya namaha. And that will include Dirghaya also. We have to mentally supply the tall, the short, the fat, the thin, the dark, the fair, all of them namaskaras. Then Hrasvaya cha Vamanaya cha. Now here, Vamana, we will take the literal meaning and not the Vamana avatara, but Vamana means dwarf. Yeah. Now, either, it is referring to the beings who are born with a genetic disorder. Sometimes there is not proper leg formation. So they are born as stunted. So Vamanaya also, I see them as Rudra, Namaha. Yeah. But there are some places on earth, like pygmies, they are naturally born as Vamanas. Their height is only that average 4 feet or something. So unto all of them, whether they are Hrasva, Dirgha, Vamana, all of them, Namaskaras. Namo Hrasvaya cha Vamanaya cha. And continuing now, the last few mantras. Namo Brihate cha Varshiyase cha. Namo Brihate cha Varshiyase cha. Namaha Brihate, Namaha Varshiyase. Now, Brihate is Brih Dhatu, large, that which is huge, like a mountain, or a galaxy or a planet, namaskaras, no? Or it can refer to a person with a great mind, like a Tagore, like an Einstein, like one who is greatly accomplished in some field, Brihate Namaha. Then Varshiyase. Varshiyase is the one who is very old, aged, yeah, in the 70s or 80s, maybe aged. So visibly one can see the signs of old age. Yeah, that is one meaning. Then another meaning given is the one who is rich in gunas, rich in virtues. Gunavan is also unto that Varshiyase, great character, Namaha. Namo Brihate cha Varshiyase cha. नमो वृद्धाय च संवृध्वने च नमो वृद्धाय च संवृध्वने च वृद्धा. Now वृद्धा we know is an old man and vriddha is a old lady. So unto those elderly people, old people also I see as Rudra, my namaskaras. So here it is either those who are physically old, or it can also refer to who is the oldest in the Jagat, and that is you, Ishvara. So when we see our parents, are the cause for our birth, then Brahmadev, who is Srishtikarta, would be the parent of our parents. Yeah. So that is why Brahmadev is often referred to as Pitamaha, grandfather. We all have a common grandfather, that is Hiranyagarbha Brahma. Brahma means Chaturmukha Brahma here. But then who is the parent of Brahma? That is you, Ishvara. And then what is your age? Ageless, timeless Brahma. So you are that Paramatattvam. So you can be called the oldest, but yet you have no age. And that is Vriddhaya Namaha, because you are Anadi, the causeless cause. Then Vriddhaya, then Samvriddhvane. Sam, the prefix Sam also means Samyak. Samyak means very well. Vridhvani. Vridhvani means very well growing. Yeah. Now, when you take, life on any planet or in the universe, there are stages of evolution. Take a seed. A seed is avyaktam. Then slowly at the right time with manure and light and water, then there's a little sprout. And then there's a little plant, two leaves, and then it becomes a strong stem, and then a bush, and then a huge tree. So that is called Samvardhanam. So who is organizing all this orderly growth? That is you. Samvridhvani Namaha. The cause of the growth, not only of nature, but even for us. No? So we also, how we grow, how there is a physical growth, there is intellectual growth, there is emotional growth, and you, Ishvara, you are the cause for that growth in stages. Samvriddhvane Namaha. And here the commentator also say that even these vriddhas, there are old people, generally it is seen that when age catches up, what happens? Complaints will increase. Sometimes, because there is anxiety. If one has not prepared oneself in life, in the earlier stages, or at least from midlife onwards, then the old age is seen as a very frightening, intimidating stage. Yeah, aging. But there are people who have the wealth of experience and surrender and devotion. So that is also another meaning of samvriddhvani. That is called gracious aging. So when one has, accumulated or earned that wisdom and experience in life, then there will not be so much worry and anxiety. One will be in the present moment. And we know, we perhaps know many such elderly people who are totally surrendered to Ishvara, and we can learn so much from them, that how to be in the present, and their minds are so resilient and so pure and so sharp that they're ready to even learn at an advanced age. So they also can be called as samvriddhas. So unto such the glory of being present and alive even at an old age is governed by you, Ishvara and Namaha. Namo Vridhaya cha Samvridhvane cha. Next. Namo Agriyaya cha Prathamaya cha. Namo Agriyaya cha Prathamaya cha. Agriyaya means that which is agre. Yeah. Agre means before. Yeah, before one. So when it is, somebody asks, where was the world before it manifested? Children will often ask us this question. Yeah. So, when they'll ask the question, God created the world. Okay, who created God? So we have to tell them God created himself. So if we say God was never created, they will get confused. Yeah. Or we can, children may ask, before I was born, where was I? The child will say, in mummy's tummy. But before that, we cannot tell the children. No, but we know that there are these Panchagni stages. No, how the jiva is anadi. That is, even before the fetus is born, the jiva is there in some form, in the minute form in the herbs. Then it came down via the rain. Then it was there in the clouds, and then in the Surya Lokas, and then that is the chakram, samsara chakram. So here, Agriyaya means what was there before the world means you, Ishvara. Sadeva Saumya Idamagre Asi. Very famous mantra from Chandogya Upanishad, where the Guru tells the Shishya, Sat Eva Idamagre Asid. Idam. So before the Jagat, what existed before the birth of the Jagat? Sat. What is there even now? Sat. And what will be there when the Jagat folds back? Sat. That is the easiness, the presence. And that is Agriyaya Namaha. The first one. You can't say first because then time comes into place. So the one that was always there even before time manifests. We know that along with the Srishti, time and space is going to manifest. Then time starts ticking for everybody in the world. But what was there before that? Agriyaya Namaha. Hey Ishvara, you alone. Then Prathamaya. Prathamaya is the foremost, the firstborn. Sometimes that meaning is taken. And we know firstborn is Hiranyagarbha Brahma or Srishtikarta personified by the Chaturmukha Brahma. Then Namo Agriyaya cha Prathamaaya cha Nama Ashave cha Jiraya cha. Ashave. Ashave is a Chaturthi of the word Ashuhu. Ashuhu means the one who is very quick and swift, fast moving. So anything that is fast moving, it can be a person who is a very fast learner, or it can be the wind that moves very fast. Ashave, you are in the form of all these. But also the slow learners, the people who learn slowly, who move slowly, you are them also. But here, Ashave Namaha. Then Achiraya Namaha. Achira means all pervading. Yeah, all pervading, present everywhere. If you take the space, space comes very close to this definition. Space is all pervading. But space disappears in deep sleep. But you, Ishvara, you don't disappear at any time. You are all pervading. You pervade even space. You are eternally present as the easiness. Tattvam. So that is Achiraya Namaha. Nama Ashave cha Jiraya cha. Ajira. Yeah. Ajiraya Namaha. Nama Shikriyaya cha Shibhyaya cha. Now, in the last 3-4 mantras, we are going to see Rudra is being praised in the form of the various water bodies that is given in the commentaries. So water bodies, we know there are waterfalls and there are huge stormy seas, or there are soft gurgling streams in the mountains, or monsoons, it just pour down, very harsh, torrential. So all that is described here. Shikriyaya Namaha is the swift waters. Waters are moving like, the Ganga in the monsoon time in Haridwar. It moves very, very swift. One has to be very careful before taking a dip. Yeah, there. Or the monsoon rains are very swift. Shigra. Then Shibhyaya is similar. Shibhyaya is very swift, even more swift. Like sometimes when the dam is opened, then the waters flow even more swiftly as a gush. So, or when the ice caps melt, that is also called Shibhyaya Namaha. Unto you, O Rudra, in the form of the swift moving waters and melting ice caps, Namaha. Nama Urmyaya Chavasvanyaya Cha. Urmi means waves. Hmm? Now, there's a pratyaya ya. You see, Urmya, that ya, yakara means the one who obtains or who is present in that. So, you, O Lord, you who are present in the form of the waves. Urmyaya Namaha. And then Avasvanyaya Namaha. Avasvanyaya means the waters that are very still, placid, and very calm. Like maybe the backwaters, backwaters are very, very silent. So you are in the form, you are indwelling those silent waters and the swift waters. Yeah, unto you, namaskaras. Nama Urmyaya Chavasvanyaya Cha. And the last mantra is Anuvaaka 5. Namasrotasyaya cha dvipyaya cha. Namaha srotas. Srota means a flow of water. Like a very calm, rivulet or a stream is called a srota. There's a certain direction, but it is very calmly it is proceeding. So, Ishvara, you are in the form of that flow of water. Then we come to Dvipyayacha. You are indwelling the Dvipas. Dvipa means island. Yeah. In the Puranas, there is a mention of the Saptadvipas, which today are known as all these continents, Europe, Antarctica, Australia, South America, North America, Asia, and all these. And out of that, in the pujas, we do the Sankalpa. You may have heard Jambu Dvipe, Bharatakhande, So in this Bharatakhanda, in the southern land, in this Pradesh, and in this Jambu Dvipa, I perform this puja. So that is the area, that is the island and of our Bharatakhanda. So you are in the form of all these islands also. So the message here is this Anuvaaka 5, begins with describing the glory of Ishvara with the Panchakriyas. The one who manifests the Jagat, Srishtikarta, the one who takes care of the Jagat, providing all the resources for all the jivas to exhaust their karma phalam for whatever duration of life, that is the Sthitikarta, and then as Layakarta, as the factor of time, Rudra is going to swallow as Sarvabhakshaka, wrap up the Jagat back to not nothing, but back to Avyaktam. Avyaktam, the seed-like stage. And within these cycles, we find that every jiva is born with, with karma, with dharma, with duties and responsibilities. So Ishvara is the bandhana karta also. There is a certain, only so much we can do. There is a certain kind of bondage. Yeah, bound because of the nature of the body and bound also because we are identified with the ahankara. I am identified with the body. And so I want to do this, I don't want to do that. So then when the ahankara is very strong, then we bind ourselves to the world. And then as Mochanakarta, Ishvara frees the jiva from the worldly existence by revealing to the jiva that Tvam Asi. You are indeed not this miserable Sukhi Dukhi Karta Bhokta Jiva, but know your higher essence as me. Ishvara Sarvabhutanam. I am the indwelling Tattvam in all the Jivas. So thus ends this fifth Anuvaaka here. And all these mantras are in praise of that Ishvara as the Nimitta Upadana Karanam. So when we see the world, we are able to appreciate its diversity and its multiplicity, and it's got all the pairs of opposite. There are short, tall, fat, thin, swift moving waters, slow waters, as people. This variety is you. But what is the truth behind the entire Jagat? That is really you. And that is the Ekam Advitiyam Brahma Vastu. In the Rig Veda says uh, Ekam Sat Bahuda Vadanti. Vipraha Bahuda Vadanti. There is Satyam is only one. That is the Rudra being praised in all these mantras, is the oneness. But Bahuda Vadanti. But that one appears as variously, as diversely in all the countless Nama Rupas. So, really, there is nothing inert in the creation. Even the stone or the table, can be seen as one which has a divine origin. Because the ultimate cause is you, Ishvaraha, and you are not only the cause of the Jagat, but you are the Jagat also. You pervade every part of the Jagat. So all that is here is Ishvaraha. And so the Rudram, the vision of the Rudram is also the vision of Vedanta. Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. Okay. So I will just chant this one more time and then we will conclude with the Swasti mantras. नमो भवाय च रुद्राय च नमः शर्वाय च पशुपतये च नमो नीलग्रीवाय च शितिकण्ठाय च नमः कपर्दिने च व्युक्तकेशाय च नमः सहस्राक्षाय च शतधन्वने च नमो गिरिशाय च शिपिविष्टाय च नमो मीरुष्टमाय चेषुमते च नमो ह्रस्वाय च वामनाय च नमो बृहते च वर्षीयसे च नमो वृद्धाय च संवृध्वने च नमो अग्र्याय च प्रथमाय च नमः आशवे चाजिराय च नमः शीघ्रियाय च शीभ्याय च नमः ऊर्म्याय चावस्वन्याय च नमस्रो शीघ्रियाय च शीभ्याय च नम ऊर्म्याय चावस्वन्याय च नमः स्रोतस्याय च द्वीप्याय च ॐ स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीमहीषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं शोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ